All right, and I believe we are live. Hello, everybody who is in the stream. The Canadiens had their 58th game of the season, if I can do math correctly, and I believe it is correct 58 games in this season. The Montreal Canadiens played the Arizona Coyotes tonight, and they Greedo. Yep, I lost. Did you hear? Yeah, I did see Zucker was traded. Pittsburgh massively overpaid for him. Galchenyuk. It's good to lose his contract, even though he was a UFA after this season. The first rounder could be pretty big, and the defensive prospect could definitely be very big in the loss. And yet, spotlight big rip. I will read your comments. If Tatar was an Oiler, I would freak. And about McDavid, he seems happy the way things are going. We are finally acting like a team. Hopefully, our goaltending get better. And if we make the playoffs, I see McDavid. I don't see McDavid staying forever, honestly. I honestly still see him. If the Oilers do not win a Stanley Cup in 2 years' time, McDavid will request a trade, I think. Harry's lock of the week. Yes, Coyotes. Coyotes won. Hey, slap shot. Habs played great, don't get me wrong, but GG to both teams tonight. Yeah, spotlight, I agree. Canadians didn't play very well after those two goals, but GG to the Coyotes for sure. Rick Nelson, crying face indeed. What's your answer to my deal or no deal I put in Discord? The deal or no deal. Oh, sorry, I didn't even. Oh my god, I didn't even read it. To Carolina, Jack Eichel this year's fifth. To Buffalo, 2 second rounders. Eric Halla third next year. I would take that honestly. Jack Eichel, yeah, whatever you can get for Eichel is good. Hala isn't a good replacement for Eichel, but he is definitely a good player. The 2 second rounders could work well, and the third could also work well. So if you are new here, if anyone is new here, actually, I go over the stats on the board, and then I talk the actual recap in the game. If you are recurring, then you should know Jack Eichel for PK Subban. Oh God, absolutely not spotlight. That would not work at all. There's Buffalo would not want Subban's contract. He's absolutely a couple firsts. It would have to be something like that. So of course, as we get into the stats on the board, you may notice a change or two. Well, that's because a certain someone decided to score their first NHL goal. He's not trash. Spotlight, he's trash. Or not spotlight. Slapshot, Subban is absolute garbage this year. Penalty box, I'm glad you agree. No deal. Okay, sub, I'm trash. Rip. Tatar leads the team, 20 goals, 32 assists, 52 points. Philip Deneau, 12 goals, 27 assists, 39 points. Also with 39 points, and I forgot to do this because Tatar with a green star next to his name officially. We will get into that. Points has not scored in about 3 or 4 games, I believe. Jeff Petrie, 8 goals, 27 assists, 35 points. Also with 35 points is Nick Suzuki, 11 goals, 24 assists, and 35 points. I did not see the Capitals game because I was too busy watching this game. But let me guess, Ovi did not score his 700th goal tonight. Shea Weber, who is currently 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points. Right? Yeah. Sorry. Nick Cousins with 8 goals, 12 assists, 20 points. Okay, there we go. Ben Sherratt with 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. Jonathan Drouin, still very weird not seeing a star next to his name. Samsonov was so upset, was he? 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points for Drouin. Nate Thompson, 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points. Marco Scandella, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. Victor Mete, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Jordan Meal, 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points. Jesper Kotkaniemi with 6 goals, 2 assists, 8 points. Brent Kulak with 6 assists. Hey, let's hockey. How's it going, brother? Dale Weiss and Paul Byron both with 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. Byron sadly injured, and I will note now he is apparently going to make the trip to Boston and Pittsburgh this coming week. So he very well may play in one of these games. Because he was the first goal, he led him 3 goals in the first period. Let's just blame it on Holtby. Holtby is the reason the Caps lost that game. Let's just blame him. Hey, nice penalty box. 30 games you've been here. Awesome. Christian Foley with a goal and an assist, along with Ryan Paling also with a goal and assist for 2 points each. Charles Hudon, Cale Fleury, and Xavier Ouellet with an assist. And officially, Jake Evans with his first NHL goal. Congratulations to young Jake Evans, forcing me to change the board with the setup I was going to go for after the All-Star break. But Metal Clan, I'm very sorry to hear that, brother. Damn, man, I'm very sorry to hear that. I feel bad for poor Samsonov because his team was not having any good defense in the first, it seems. But then again, it could have just been him allowing the goals. Could have been him playing very bad like it was with Carey Price tonight. Record is now 27, 24, and 7 with 61 points. I believe we are now 7 points out of the playoffs and 5th in the Atlantic and 11th in the East. Last game is obviously the Canadiens 2, Coyotes 3. Power play and penalty kill is 28 for 154 for our penalty kill. For our power play, sorry. Our penalty kill is 140 for 174. Hello, I'm not new. OHL Rangers Central, welcome back to the stream if you've been here before. Nice, welcome. I'm not new. Welcome. Hopefully you are familiar with the setup that I go over the stats on the board and then I talk the actual game itself. Home record is 13, 15, and 4, absolutely god-awful for the Bell Center. And our away record is 14, 9, and 3, surprisingly. So now that is over with, we shall get referee was bullshit. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Let's Hockey. He definitely was on the last call. Every other call, for the most part, I saw what the referee was calling personally. Out of the 6 penalties that we took, only one of them, and it was the last one that cost us the goal, funny enough, was the one that I really saw an issue with, actually. Before the game, it was revealed that Weber would be out another week. Byron, like I said, will make the trip to Boston and Pittsburgh, so we very well may have Byron coming back to the lineup in the next week. If so, not sure who that would push out of the lineup. I really can tell who it would push out of the lineup. Can't push out Thompson, excuse me. If we go and get Joe Thornton, but yeah, so the lineups were Tatar, Dano, Gallagher, Kovalchuk, Suzuki, Armia, Drouin, Domi, Lehkonen. Drouin was not playing on the 4th line, and Cousins, Thompson, Evans. Defense was Sherratt, Mete, Kulak, Petrie, Scudella, Ouellet. With his first as a Montreal Canadian, his first NHL goal period, excluding preseason. To Montreal, deal or no deal. To Montreal, Kel McCarr in a 6, to Av, Shea Weber in a 3rd. Absolutely a deal. Kel McCarr is such a better defenseman than Shea Weber. I would much rather a young Kel McCarr over an old Shea Weber. I don't want to say washed up because he's having a really good year this year for, I believe, 34. But yeah. Let's Hockey. Toronto and Florida have to lose, and we can forget this game. That would require Carolina, Columbus, and Tampa losing their next games, which hopefully Columbus came out on top against Tampa because any little bit helps if we want a chance of making the playoffs. Oh, Linebot, I didn't even see. Hello there. Welcome back, brother. But yeah, so 51 seconds into the game, Jake Evans with his first, and a minute and a second later, Brendan Gallagher from Tatar and Dano makes it 2-0 Habs. I put this should be a blowout if we keep scoring like this. The Habs are playing very well, but both teams are getting shots on net. The Coyotes a little more than the Habs. Very surprised they did not pull Antti Raanta. Sorry. Very surprised they did not pull Antti Raanta after the second goal, personally. Yeah, like I said, I'm very, very surprised they didn't pull Raanta, but in the long run, turned out better for the Coyotes. I agree, let's Hockey. Jake Evans is going to be great in the future. I can easily see him being a second, maybe even a first-line center, probably a second-line center behind Suzuki. Honestly, in the future, I could see our center depth right now being Cofield or Suzuki, probably Cofield, Evans, Kotkaniemi. If that's our center depth, that's beauty right there. That's what's your thoughts on David Pastrnak? I'm very, very, very much a fan of David Pastrnak. I think he's playing incredible this year. He could definitely get the MVP of the Hart Trophy, I believe it is. He's playing very, very well. I believe he slowed down a little bit recently, but he's still playing very, very well. And actually, that just reminds me, it's Monday. I should have changed my Sportsnet hockey pool, but I forgot. Shit. But yeah, Pastrnak, I do think he's very, very good. I think he's going to get a point or two on Wednesday. That being said, I will be live on Wednesday for the Bruins and Canadiens game. He doesn't really care about money. He just wants to play the game, and I honestly respect that. I love that. And I'm sure once his current contract is up, he will take a pay cut because I believe the Bruins thing is that, they want guys who love to play the game and that really aren't in it, for example, to get $7 or $8 million a year. And I do think, honestly, that Pastrnak could potentially take a $2-3 million pay cut if he loves playing in Boston, which I think he does. I think he really does love playing in Boston. I need to go keep it up, and go Habs go. Let's hockey. Thank you very much. You keep it up as well. I will have to check out your most recent video for sure. I will definitely do my best to keep it up. Go Habs go indeed, brother. Long live the Canadiens. Both teams are playing well, but of course, because Price allows a bad goal every game, it's a puck that just trickles past of many, many penalties in this game. Hashtag trade Price at deadline. I would love that, as it would probably give me a ton of views for me freaking out over Price getting traded. But as a Canadiens fan, it probably would be best to trade Price because we're probably not making the playoffs. Looking at it, Price is making 10.5 mil. What could we get out of Price? We could probably get, maybe for some reason, if we wanted to, trade for Braden Holtby if he agrees to re-sign or something. We could probably do Price for, say, Holtby and a first, for example, I guess, maybe. If the Caps win, it's a late first-round pick, but still, that's a very, very good pick because the draft is apparently supposed to be very, very deep. If anything, we're just shedding 10.5 million cap, and that's great. That's amazing. Hellebuck, we could go for Hellebuck, I guess. It's actually, true. Don't trade within your own true. Well, not conference, division. Yeah, true. Washington's in the Metropolitan. However you said, Winnipeg, Hellebuck. Hellebuck traded a few great games, and then he'll really fall off for a few games, and then have some more good games, some bad games. Like his consistency would be zero if this were an on the PK and on their own power play. They have some good chances applying the pressure, but they just couldn't get it in the back of the net. 0-4 on the power play tonight. And Habs now to the power play. Again, it's a double minor against the captain, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. High sticking Suzuki, and there's blood, so it's 4 minutes or less of power play time for the Canadiens. And I loved that Kovalchuk stepped right up for Suzuki afterwards. Oh, God, what did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Okay, I know. Where am I? Sorry for the delay, folks. There we go. I love that Kovalchuk stepped right up for Suzuki, defended him. It was great, honestly. Deal or no deal to Montreal. Patty Kane and a fifth to Chicago. Max Domi, no deal, honestly. Patty Kane would be great to have, but considering he is getting older, probably going to retire in 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years if he really slows down his game in terms of being less physical. Never know, you never really know. So I'm going to keep Max Domi personally. On that power play, 19 seconds into it, there's another penalty. It's 5-on-3. Derek Stepan goes to the box for a tripping. The Habs get some great chances, but they were not able to score as time runs out. The first, there will still be time for the power play at the start of the second. Heading into the second period, it was 2-1 Canadiens. Shots were 11-10 Coyotes, though. And early on in the second period, it was really not that good. Philip Deneauman down. He took a rebound shot in the face. It was a puck. I put hope he'll hopefully be back next game. That's why he has the green star, because he technically is injured. I was mad at the game. James Berry, I don't blame you, brother. I really hope Deneau is fine, and that if he needs a game or two off, absolutely respectable. Understand 100%. We do need him against Boston technically, but honestly, I would much rather him get better and be back in, say, 3 games than force him back and him potentially take a puck to the face, potentially take another puck to the face and be out for the rest of the year. Deal or no deal to Arizona, Carey Price, to Montreal, Darcy Kempner, and a first next year. I'm going to say no deal on that. I love Darcy Kempner. He's practically dragging my Philadelphia Flyers to a Stanley Cup run in my NHL 15 GM mode that I'm not recording because I sadly don't have an Elgato or anything like that. But that first next year could be stripped away because the Coyotes are investigating, or the Coyotes are being investigated by the NHL for testing prospects. I think testing them before the combine. So they might not have a first next year, and if they don't, that means Montreal loses it. So, yeah. The Habs then blew the 5-on-3 power play, and they didn't score on both. They were 0-for-4 in the power play tonight because they on the penalty. Wait, what? The Habs then take penalty. Well, I think I meant to put power play. The Habs taking a penalty with 8 seconds left in our power play. Yep. Drew into the box for interference, but with a few seconds left on that penalty, Sherratt takes a penalty for roughing during the penalty kill. Carl Soderberg goes to the box for high sticking. Habs, of course, can't put it in the back of the net while playing terribly on the power play because what else is new? They are 0 for 6 on the power play tonight. Little did we know that'd be the last time the Canadiens went on the power play. And we're a solid 4 for 4 on the ball on that goal, but it's still very, very iffy. Deal no deal to Montreal. Connor Hellebuck, Dustin Byfuglien, fourth to Winnipeg, Price and Weber. Absuck is extremely inconsistent, just like Price. Getting rid of the fourth is not worth it, given how deep the draft is, and we could potentially find a hidden gem in that fourth round. So yeah, that's a no deal for me. Line bought on that. And that pretty much did it for the second period. We're 17-3 in that second period. Ooh, yeah, line bot. Yeah, I don't. GG both teams. Yeah, GG both teams, honestly. Well, that didn't do it for the whole game. That did it for the second period. And early in the third, I don't have many notes for the third, by the way. Vegas in the playoff spot. Let's go. Nice. Love that Vegas in the playoff spot again. Let's get that. Early in the third, I want to say it was about a minute or two in, Thompson really laid the body down and gave Drouin a great chance on net, but he just couldn't get it in. Just couldn't bat it in the net. That would have given him his 8th goal of the year and his first point since coming back. Oilers is in a playoff spot, I hope. I hope they're not, honestly, spotlight. Just because I don't like the Oilers. I really don't like the Oilers. Playing very well so far, doing their best to get a lead and not give the Coyotes a point at all in this game. The Habs are still playing very, very well. They were getting a lot of shots on net, but they went to the PK, the penalty kill, as Kulak got called for hooking. That was very non-existent. Okay, so it was actually no. It actually wasn't the one that was non-existent. It was this one that was non-existent, not the one that cost us the game. But on the PK, the Habs played well. They got the puck back. Goes to Montreal to raid and kill everyone with an Oilers jersey. I might consider doing that. Thank you, Spotlight. On the PK, the Habs played very, very well. They got the puck out and were able to kill off the penalty again. They were 5 for 5 on the PK tonight. 5 for 5 on the PK tonight. Tatar got a good shot off during a 3-on-1, but he really should have passed it there. That, I think, is the best opportunity the Canadiens got this game. If Oilers don't win Cup in 2 to 4 years, McDavid will waltz down to the front office and say, trade me or I will not play. I think that's the case, Linebot. I think that's the case. The Habs were playing very, very well, but again, they went to the penalty kill. Is a hooking called on Joel Armia. You got to think with this, Armia, despite having 27 points this season, is arguably the one that cost us the game. And honestly, I think Armia gets demoted down to the 4th, maybe. I think Evans will mix that in with the fact Evans has played incredibly well. Mario Lemieux never made the playoffs for 5 years, but he's still stuck with the Pens. Yeah, the difference is he won 2 cups before then. Back to back. With Jaromir Jagr and Ron Francis. And I think Tom Barrasso. Who do the Oilers have? They have Draisaitl. And that's it. You're a closet Oilers fan? Yeah, believe me, if I was, I'd be in my closet right now. Damn, nigga. Oh, God, that's going to be taken out of context in like 8 years. If cancel culture is still around in 8 years, then yeah, I'm not racist, I swear. No, but where am I? But yeah, I think Armia does potentially get demoted to the 4th. If Byron is able to be back, maybe even he gets scratched against Boston. But Evans definitely should be on that 3rd or 2nd line, given how well he's played in his 2-game call-up. Ouellette even maybe should be on the 2nd defensive pairing. Roasted. Thank you, Linebot. Appreciate it. They needed a big penalty kill here. And, of course, because it's Carey Price in net for a game we need to win, he chokes it away. It's a power play goal with 1 minute remaining in the game. Jacob Chychrun scores Price really just lets that one in. He went for a poke check, but the puck was like incredibly out. It didn't work. It went in the net. 5 for 6 on the PK tonight. It's a god-awful goal by Price. What else is new? Oilers have McDavid, Draisaitl, Hopkins, Bouchard, Bogard, Yamamoto, and Benson. Okay, good players in that list. McDavid, Draisaitl, Hopkins, Yamamoto. That's not even a full 2 lines. What about defense? Or better yet, goaltending. And that's the end. It's a 3-2 Coyotes win. Price blows the 2-0 lead for us. The final shots are 34-28 Coyotes. Yeah, that's we got 15 shots on net in that third period, and we limited the Coyotes to 7. 7? Yeah, I think 7. No, 6. Yeah, 7. 6. 6 shots on net in that third period, and they scored. So Price in third periods, the last 2 games, has allowed 2 goals. Okay, Bear, great prospect, decent drafting. Clefbaum, Nurse, very much getting overpaid after this season. 5.5 for 2 years. The term is great. Money, not so much. Brogard and Clefbaum, exactly. All of them are third-line defense, except I would say Bear. Bear could potentially be a first-line defenseman. Nurse and Clefbaum are probably best at second line. Yeah, I don't know. What about goaltending? Meanwhile, the Canadiens have depth. Tatar, Danault, Gallagher, solid first line. Domi, I'm just listing these off by points, so Domi, Suzuki, Wheel, that's not a very, very good fourth line. Drouin on the fourth line. Keep in mind, I was going off points. Plus, even scratched, you would have Kotkaniemi, Weiss, Byron, Paling, Evans. That is literally an entire line and a half. That would be scratched. But realistically, who would be scratched here? Byron, Weiss, probably Kotkaniemi. Personally, I would think maybe Thompson and send down Koskinen. Our goalie in the AHL is a little good. It's a little good, okay, kind of. But I say we should call him and give him a chance since he's doing good in the AHL. I see Oilers, Smith they have, I think, or Talbot, one of the two. Whichever one they have. For him, maybe a first and I guess a second rounder because the Oilers like trading away their first overall draft picks right now, I guess. That's something I just made up on the spot. But yeah, I'm even looking at defense, Petrie, Weber, Sherratt, Scandella, Mete, and Kulak, and even then scratch would be Foligno, Houdon, Fleury, Ouellette. 2 lines of defense that would be scratched. And goaltending, Price, Primo, Lindgren, Kincaid, McNevin. Not that bad. Price, Primo, pretty good goaltenders. Kincaid, yeah. Lindgren, pretty good backup in my opinion. And even McNevin could probably have his nights in net as backup. Whew. But yeah, wow, 4 viewers, 4 likes. Thank you guys very much for enjoying. Please hit that like button. But yeah, I'm probably going to be getting out of here in just a minute. My apologies for not uploading the video about eating the Timbit cereal sooner. My software has been acting up a little bit recently. I'm really hoping I don't have to uninstall, reinstall, or go back to Windows Live Movie Maker, which, oh god, the dark days of YouTube for me. Jesus. The dark days are when I was using Windows Movie Maker, not Windows Live Movie Maker. Jesus. Oh god, don't remind me of those. But yeah. Actually, funny enough, I should have a bucket of CEO reacting to some old videos. Hi, Harry. Oh, Randy. Canadiens need to take pointers from the Coyotes from the power play. It did look great even when they didn't score, Randy. I agree. The Coyotes power play looked really good, even though our PK did work well. Our power play needs work. Look at that, 28 for 154. Probably one of the worst power plays in the league. One of the most decent penalty kills in the league. What I feel like I got that wrong, 140. I'm gonna have to look back at the previous stream. I don't think it was because it was 135. Yeah, it was 135 for 168, I think. But Randy, I agree. Canadians need to take pointers from the Coyotes. Teams like the Coyotes, I believe even the Bruins, um, for how well their power play is working. It's obviously not working, which sucks because that's one of the reasons they got Kovalchuk was for the power play. I don't know. I think maybe if they want to try for some reason to push for a playoff spot at this point, maybe sell Scandella, who was brought in to help the power play and penalty kill. Which penalty kill didn't need much work. Power play, he's not worked well in the power play. Maybe a trade off Scandella, even though I have liked him in his time in Montreal for the most part. Maybe a trade off Scandella, try and get back a depth forward. If you have to sell Byron, maybe I would personally still sell Byron regardless. We really did let this one slip, Rich. We were up 2-0, 2 minutes into this game, 2.5, I think, 2.5 minutes in, and then Price let in 3 straight. This was a god awful game for the Canadiens. Aside from the only good point being that Jake Evans got his first as a Montreal Canadien, congratulations to him. He just needs to get a goal and assist, 2 goals or 2 assists next game, and he'll be point per game, and he'll be Ryan Poehling of 2018-19. Yeah. But hey, at least the good news is I don't know if deal or no deal to anyone. Byron to Montreal, a 4th and a 5th this year. Personally, a 4th and a 5th, I would probably try and push for a 3rd, but a 4th and a 5th, just to get rid of Byron's cap hit, I'm going to go deal on that, honestly. I'm going to go deal. Even though Byron is an incredibly talented player, he's very, very good on the power play or the penalty kill. He's great. He's very speedy, breakaways. But the fact that his injury was to his knee really could affect that that ability of his, honestly. And actually, real quick, guys, just to cheer myself up and to try and cheer you guys up, I'm going to show a hit that I got. I showed this off in stream previously. Yeah, this is a very, very thick card. PPG, power play goal. Oh, points per game. Points per game. Oh, points per game. Byron's points per game. I think you have four points, speed. Yeah, power play goal or points per game, speed. Was points per game, I think this year, 4 points. I think he played 10 games or so. So it was just about 0.5 points per game, just about, I think. And his speed is definitely – his speed could be affected by the knee injury, but if it's not, I would potentially try and push for a 3rd, maybe even a 2nd if you do say Scandella, Byron, and I don't know, maybe say Folene. And if you have to package in, say a 3rd with that. But yeah, so real quick, guys, I'm going to show off this hit. It is a Dougie Hamilton UD game jersey. Is very, very much one of my favorite cards. I think my favorite card I've actually gotten. I pulled that 2 weeks ago, I want to say. 2 weeks ago, just about. Until I get an actual plastic sleeve. It is in one of the 15 card packs you get from the dollar store. So, yeah. I am hoping, by the way, guys, once I do get enough, not money, I guess, just once I get a SD card for my camera, and I find the charger for it. Oh, cool. Yeah, it was really, really cool when I pulled it. I was like, no way, my first jersey card. But once I do get enough, I guess enough money to get an SD card for my camera, and I find my camera because I forget where I put it. I brought it out. I brought the charger out, charged it up for a bit, see if it worked. It did, and then I put it away somewhere, and I forget. You mad at the game? No, not really, James. Yes, Price choked it away for us, but still, it wasn't. I'm used to it by now. We blow 4-0 leads against the Rangers. You think you'll make the playoffs? Probably not, honestly. I mean, if we do, it'll be awesome. I would love that, but I don't know. I don't think we'll make the playoffs. But yeah, once I found my camera, I actually have, funny enough, I have a table right next to my computer setup that once I clear it off, I could genuinely set up something like what the big YouTubers do. Set up like some cards or something, or a box of cards, and then I've opened a box of like say 18-19, because I think 18-19 is the only box I've actually opened. I could set those up and then open packs of cards on stream or not. So this loss just gives Bergevin. Randy, I think that can, if anything, I think that's a good thing. That this loss could give Bergevin an excuse to trade away. I don't want to say our only good players and say reboot on the team, because looking at it, Tatar is going to get traded next year if we're not in a playoff spot because he's a UFA. Islanders looking good. Islanders are not looking good. They've lost, God, what is it? Their last 4 out of 5 after before tonight. Keylock, hello, or Keyhook, Keyhawk. Thank you. Hello there, brother. That'd be good. That would be cool. Linebot. I'm glad you agree. But yeah, Buffalo or not Buffalo, Boston. I can see making the playoffs. Or sorry. Actually, Randy, let me get back to your question. Tatar, we should trade off. I think this year. Dano, probably not going to trade him off. Galley, not going to trade him off. Domi, not going to trade him off. Petrie, probably should trade him because you can get a first out of him. Suzuki, you're definitely not trading him. Did you notice something in my name? I did indeed notice something in your name, the Hawk. I like it. Do you think Toronto makes the playoffs? Absolutely, James. Toronto is going to make the playoffs. Avalanche are looking very, very. You got to love when you're drinking apple juice on stream, and so your mouth starts to feel like you just ate a fucking apple. Did I say orange juice? I'm an apple juice. Oh, no way. Oh, yeah, Keyhawk, a hockey. Yay, I like that. Keyhawk, I like that. I like that, man. That's awesome. I like that. And you can't have a hawk. That actually kind of works. But Keyhawk, I like that. Weber, definitely should trade him off. Draft by Canadian standards aren't great, but number 1 in the past 20 years. Yeah, because we haven't drafted number 1 in the last 20 years. Because looking at it from 2000, I'm an Avs fan. Hey, Keyhawk, glad. I'm a bit of an Avs fan myself. I don't follow them game by game, but I'm a fan of theirs. I like their players. Cale Makar, big stud right now. Psych. Hey, a linebacker, no worries. Oh, first-round picks. Well, I mean, looking at it, Cole Caulfield's looking like an absolute steal for us. 2018, Coke Enemy, yeah, it's a little bad, but I mean, do you think Avalanche will win the Cup? They definitely have a very good chance at winning the Cup, James. Since 2013, the year McKinnon got drafted. Hey, nice. I think that's 2 people. Yeah, I think it's you and Spotlight Hockey who comes in the streams very frequently, who actually have been fans since McKinnon got drafted, or since the year McKinnon got drafted. Armia probably won't get traded away. Check 2015 and before. All right, let's load this up. Habs first round picks. But keep in mind, I'm going to disqualify Louis LeBlanc right away simply because he was never meant to go in the first round. I don't think Louis LeBlanc was ever actually gotta go. Actually, no worries, man. I'm watching WWE. Hey, James Berry, nice. Glad to hear that, brother. Montreal Canadiens draft history. Well, I'm going to look back a little bit, but blame Noah Juleson simply for the fact that he's been injured a lot and the fact that he had the headaches and he got the concussion. I believe he had 2 concussions, actually. So that one I'm probably not going to blame at all on Noah Juleson. Him, I think, BRB got to edit my logo. Hey, Keyhawk, no worries, man. You're watching. But yeah, Randy, with Juleson, I can't blame him at all, personally, just because, like I said, the concussions and the headaches, that's absolutely not something to blame on him. Nikita Sherbak, not that great. Michael McCarron, not great at all, really. Alex Galchenyuk, decent. Definitely not worthy of going number 3 overall. Actually, let's see. Who was taken after Galchenyuk in the 2012 NHL entry draft? Griffin Reinhart, Morgan Rielly, who definitely could have helped us out on the blue line personally. Matt Dumba definitely could have helped. Jacob Trouba could have helped. Philip Forsberg definitely could have helped. Even Mikhail Grigorenko, I would argue, is a decent pick. Obviously not a 3rd-round pick overall worthy. Tomas Hertl would have been a good one. Andrei Vasilevsky would have been decent. Oli Mata, not that bad of a pick in my opinion. Even Brady Schenn, and that's just the 1st round. Tanner Pearson even. So 2012, we are friend? Hell yeah, we are. If you trade Petrie, you are literally trading a number 1 defenseman. But that's the thing. We might as well just tank because Alexis Lafreniere is a French-Canadian player. You can get the only good French-Canadian player that's been around the league in the last 5 years at the draft. Yeah, you can. So I think you can afford to trade Petrie because yes, he is our best defenseman, but still, that's not too bad in my opinion. Michael McCarron, yeah, he's been an absolute bust. Galchenyuk, meh. Nathan Beaulieu, not really that great. Jared Tenorti hasn't been amazing. He hasn't been that really great anyways either. Louis LeBlanc, of course, absolute bust. Ryan McDonough, bad trade away. Pacioretty, pretty solid. David Fisher, yeah. Carey Price, decent pick. Kyle Chipchura, never really panned out that much. Andre Kostitsyn, not that bad, decent. Chris Higgins, seems pretty good. Mike Komisarek and Alexander Perez-Hogan didn't pan out. Mike Komisarek turned out decent. Ron Hainsey, veteran of the league. Elise Pettersson is a beast. Deal or no deal to Detroit. Shea Weber third to Montreal first this year. Absolutely deal. Linebot. That's an absolute steal for the Canadiens. Because personally, I think Weber, his contract is, but you get Alexis Lafreniere because if Detroit wins the draft lottery, it's Alexis Lafreniere 100%. He's your franchise player. He is absolutely your franchise player. Tank is only when Buffalo tried and ended up with Eichel and then was disappointed when they got him. Dumb move by Buffalo. How's it a dumb move? Eichel's been incredibly good for the Sabres. Unless they're disappointed that they ended up with him and not Matthews. Matthews? Was that the draft class, Matthews? No. Yeah, Matthews and Eichel, and then it was Laine. No, because 2015 it was McDavid and Eichel. 2016 was Matthews and Laine. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, because Toronto was also trying to tank for McDavid. But, hey, who knows? Eichel is going to end up out of Buffalo in 2 years anyway, so it doesn't necessarily matter. So, see, looking back, those are the first-round picks in the 2000s. But if we go back to 2015 now and look at the picks that we've made that I'm going to point out are notable that have played, these are the picks that are notable to me, at least in the last few years. Jake Evans in 2014 with a 7th-round pick, 207. I believe that's 3 picks before the end of the draft. That's a very, very good draft pick in my opinion. Where Charles Hudon, not that bad in my opinion. He's been. Wait, is Hudon really a left winger? I could have sworn he was a defenseman. Anyways, Hudon not been too bad. He's a 5th-round pick. Looking at it, Brendan Gallagher in 2010 was a 5th-round pick. Brendan Gallagher was a 5th-round pick in 2010. So we clearly know our way of working around the. There was a 3rd-round pick in 2017. Caden Primo was a 7th-round pick for us. Josh Brook was a 2nd-round pick for us. Alexander Romanov in 2018 was a 2nd-round pick. Even looking at this year's draft, Matthias Norlinder, who I think could potentially come up to the NHL in 2 years, he was a 3rd-round pick. You know, there's so many players that are good that were. I did not see that actually. That's honestly pretty funny. But hey, they got Eichel now, and Linebot, he is left winger to Hudon. I did not realize he was left winger. I always thought he was defense. Deal or no deal to Montreal first, 2nd this year to Ottawa, Price and Weber. That's not worth it in my opinion, unless Montreal gets both 1st-round picks that the Senators have this year, the 2nd round this year, and I would say a 2nd in 2022, honestly, as well for Price and Weber. Because you're literally throwing away Price and Weber. You're getting rid of $18 million in cap, which is amazing because you can go after whoever you want in free agency at that point. But yeah, you're going to need someone like a Lafreniere, Byfield, Askarov, who's the goaltending prospect that's projected to come up. You're going to need him and Primo, 2 starters you could use then. Oh, God, I just realized it's 45 minutes. I actually have to end the stream pretty soon. Switch Weber or Byron, then what? Oh, okay, so Price and Byron. I'd personally go with first and third, because Price himself is worth a 1st-rounder. I would argue maybe even a 1st and 2nd, so probably a 1st. But then again, Price and Weber, so probably a 1st and 2/3 maybe. I think a 1st, definitely a 1st round of the draft. They can draft very, very well outside of that 1st round. So yeah, guys, I actually do have to get out of here in just a couple minutes. I'm gonna get out of here now, actually. I love talking with you guys, but it's just that I want to stop streaming after 45 minutes. I know I went 10 minutes long yesterday, but I definitely want to get out of here at around 45 minutes just because I don't want to become addicted and be up here for 2, 3, 4 hours a night, which would be great, but like I said, I don't want to get to that point. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, by the way, please put them in the chat. Do not be afraid to interrupt my outro. I love answering any questions or comments. And actually, okay, please. Oh, peace, man. And actually, real quick, if anyone wants to join the Discord, if anyone wants to join the Discord, you will get updates every time I stream. I post it in the chat, or at least I do my best to post it in the chat. Turn was not limited to Linebot. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Harry. Subscribe on Puff Club. Subscribe on HC Club. Subscribe on the Sub Hub. Be sure moderating in the chat like my good friends Randy N, James Barry. Where's he? Rich J, Spotlight Hockey, Let's Hockey, and I believe there's one other. No, there's not. Rick Nelson as well, of course, as always. Then you are a member of the Mod Squad. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Links in the description on my Twitter and my Twitch. My Twitter is currently suspended. I really don't know if I want it back. My Twitch, sorry, I have to get up on Streamlabs OBS one day and just go off and stream on there with something, probably an NES game, using the PS2 controller that Rick Nelson was grateful enough to send me, or that I was grateful enough to receive from Rick Nelson. Amazon wish list and PO box in the description. I already am in there. I know you are Linebot, but hey, let's hockey. Yeah, let's hockey. And Rick, then me, who is just a normal for the past 30. Yeah. Hey, no. You've been a regular for the past 30, but still, you're a part of that elite, really. But yeah, the Amazon wish list in the PO box in the description. If you want to use that in any way, it's greatly appreciated. You will get a video of me unboxing whatever it is. I do eventually hope to start doing M&M Monday Night Mail, where I open anything I receive within the week or the month if it gets to that point. But yeah. And of course, the letterbox in the description. Yeah, in the description. That's where I review movies. Very rarely I'll actually review them. For the most part, just rate them. I have a couple movies at the rate. I'm actually going to be finishing Funny People with Adam Sandler, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Aubrey Plaza, Jason Schwartzman, I think, is in that. A bunch of great actors, and of course, Leslie Mann. Talk about current picks in the lineup now. Current picks in the lineup now are Brendan Gallagher. Okay, well, actually, I'll go by top point scorers real quick. Tatar was traded for. Deneau traded for in the draft for the Dale Weiss and Thomas Fleischman deal that we also got the second rounder that became Alexander Romanoff with. Gallagher, we drafted. Domi, traded for. Petrie, traded for. Suzuki, traded for. Weber, traded for. Armia, traded for. Yeah, that was in the Steve Mason deal. Arturi Lehkonen, drafted. Kovalchuk, obviously, picked up in free agency. Cousins, free agency, I believe. Sherratt was also free agency. Drouin, traded for. Thompson, free agency. Scandella, traded for. Mete, drafted. Wheel, I believe, was a free agency deal, I think. Now that I look at it. Brady Tkachuk or Matthew Tkachuk? Oh, Matthew Tkachuk. Wait. Yeah, Matthew, I think, is the one that's in Ottawa. No, Calgary. Whichever the one that people hate more is the one I go with. I keep forgetting if it's Matthew or Brady. I think it's Matthew. Kotkaniemi, drafted. Kulak was a free agency pickup, I think. Weiss, obviously, we traded back for. Byron, we picked up on waivers. Foligno was a free agency pickup, I think. Will Nelson already talking about tanking crazy? Well, that's the thing, because we're 7 points out of the playoffs. And yes, if we win, we are, I believe, 3 or 4 points in. But still, that's the thing. One loss, and we're 7 points out. After 2 or 3, you're 11 points out. Calgary's in Matthews in Calgary. Brady's in Ottawa. Brady is the one I like more. Brady is the one that I think is the one that's constantly causing trouble. I like Brady a little more. I like them both, but I like Brady just a little more. Paling, obviously, we drafted him. I'm pretty sure we drafted Paling. Charles Hudon, I believe, was a free agency signing. Fleury, drafted him. Ouellette, free agency pickup. Jake Evans, we drafted him. There's a lot of guys we draft that are in the lineup. In the current lineup that was out there today, Gallagher, we drafted. Lehkonen, we drafted. Where are Mete we drafted? And Evans we drafted. Yes, that's only 4 guys, but still, that's going to turn into a lot more. And Price, of course, we drafted. And who was the backup? Lindgren. I believe Lindgren we got in free agency, I think, actually. But looking at it, you're going to have Primo, who we drafted, Romanov, who we drafted, Caulfield, who we drafted, making an NHL roster in 2 years. We drafted. That's 5 guys right there. If the current guys that we did draft don't expect to win all the rest of the game, yeah, I don't. I don't expect to win every single game from here until the end of the season. That is just not possible. That is really just not possible. Personally, I think at best we could win maybe 10, 15 more games. Because this was 58. No, yeah, 58. I think we could potentially win. No, because if we win 20 more, that's 47. Say around, that would be 90. I think we win 10 to 15 more games in the season, unless we somehow win every single game from here on out or something, and we do make the playoffs. But who knows? Matthew pisses off Edmonton, is everyone. Edmonton, LA, everyone. Matthew. Brady just makes big hits. Matthew plays mind games, hits people. Okay, so I think it is Matthew. Then I like more. I forget which one. Gotta go see you soon, Randy. No worries, man. I'm actually going to get out of here myself now because I do have to get out of here, like I said. I do have the Discord if anyone that is new here wants to join. Yeah, where am I? Oh, yeah, the letterbox is in the description. That's where I read review movies. Very rarely I actually review them. I most of the time just rate them. Check it out if you want to know movies I love, unless you'd rather check out the video I made for Christmas Day, which may or may not be the top 100 favorite movies of all time of 2019, in my opinion. But yeah. Or check it out if you want to know movies I hate, which I might do a video on that in the future. Who really knows? Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harris. Love every single viewer in the stream. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. My name is Harris, and I am out. Peace.